ocean sparkles a sapphire hue. Okinawa, I'm coming to you. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your skies so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. The sand is warm, the breeze so sweet, a dance of waves beneath my feet. Palm trees sway in a gentle cheer. Okinawa's magic draws me near. Oh, the stars, they shimmer like jewels at night. A canvas of dreams in the velvet twilight. I'll twirl neath the heavens, feel so alive. In Okinawa's glow, my spirit will fly. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. Oh, the stars, they shimmer like jewels at night. A canvas of dreams in the velvet twilight. I'll twirl neath the heavens, feel so alive. In Okinawa's glow, my spirit will thrive. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. I boarded the plane, my heart took flight, dreaming of islands bathed in light. The ocean sparkles a sapphire hue. Okinawa, I'm coming to you. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. The sand is warm, the breeze so sweet, a dance of waves beneath my feet. Palm trees sway in a gentle cheer. Okinawa's magic draws me near. Oh, the stars, they shimmer like jewels at night. A canvas of dreams in the velvet twilight. I'll twirl neath the heavens, feel so alive. In Okinawa's glow, my spirit will thrive. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. Oh, the stars, they shimmer like jewels at night. A canvas of dreams in the velvet twilight. I'll twirl neath the heavens, feel so alive. In Okinawa's glow, my spirit will thrive. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. I boarded the plane, my heart took flight, dreaming of islands bathed in light. The ocean sparkles a sapphire hue. Okinawa, I'm coming to you. High side Okinawa, you're
Alrighty, well, good evening. Welcome to part 2. It might be the final stream that we do from this hotel. We might be able to sneak another one in tomorrow morning. Yeah. We actually don't have to move too far tomorrow, so all we got to do is load up the car downstairs and go for a bit of a drive, and the next hotel is stone's throw away, really. Unfortunately, it's not the 12th floor, and it's not quite the aspect that we've got here. I went and checked out Senegajima today for a location to stream from, and got told that we might be able to use somebody's roof over there. It's not as dangerous as it sounds. They're sort of set up for it. It's just a question of whether or not we can get some shade. There is a shade cloth that they've got, but whether or not they can pull it across for us to give us some shade is another story. Welcome everybody. Let me know how the levels are. Nothing's changed from this morning. We haven't got quite as beautiful and clear conditions as yesterday, but yesterday it was fearsomely bright, and it was really difficult to pick things up yesterday. Yeah, you just could not see anything really in the monitors at all. I've got the monitor on the camera, which is sort of only a couple of inches, and then we've got an external monitor to that, which is about 6 inches diagonal, and yeah, just could not see anything. So we can see the lights on. Really doesn't need the lights on just yet, but it's needed the lights on because it's been raining. Now, because it's been raining, I was sort of hoping that we were going to see some spectacular stuff. We certainly would if they reverse opt and ended up doing 3.6 as opposed to the 1.8 ops that they've got on at the moment. I'm hoping that we might see some military action. There's no guarantee of that, and let me okay, thanks very much, Flaming Glar. Sound is good. And I'm doing really well. So yeah, Skylark, not Skylark, Skymark. So yeah, pretty close, Flaming Glar. It's in the bird family, yes, very good. But yeah, Skymark. And you got the right tail there. And yeah, he's not that far away. And there we are, we can pick him up. Skymark. Now, about half an hour ago, you could not see that at all. So, yeah, conditions have improved out of sight. Got a bit of a emergency vehicle situation going on downstairs. So there we go, there's Skymark, that's the first one in the books. And we can see a little bit of thrust reversing going on there. Nice. Nice, okay. That's good. So there's a decent amount of water still on that runway out there. It's 18 right, which is the closest to the ocean. 18 left they're using for takeoffs, which is closest to us. I kind of wish it was the other way around, really. But yeah, because it's easier to pan that takeoff runway over there. The great thing is when the military guys go out, they usually go out on that runway out there. We had some thunder and lightning. So we had some thunder and lightning when that storm front moved through, and as it does move through here in Okinawa so often, it doesn't last all that long. We were in a cafe over in Senegajima, which is just across the water over here. So let me have a look, whip you around. So there are the hotels on Senegajima. That hotel there has actually got an outdoor viewing area up the top. I probably will be brave and go and ask them what we have to do in order to get access to it. It's not bad. It's up nice and high. The great thing is you can get right round and get the incoming if they were coming in from that direction. We've got someone going out. Let's get round and get you, little buddy. So here's a solar seed on the way out. And if somebody's got flight radar up, they can probably tell us where it's going to. I would put money on somewhere like Kobe. So that's solar seed out the door. Yeah, don't see a lot of activity down here on the military front, but that does not mean much. Those guys, they just sort of prepare, and then you suddenly see a line of 4 or so fighter jets, and they just line up, taxi out, and then just take off one after another. Was Radio, mate, great to see you. Thank you so much for your attendance, mate. It's a delight. I actually have to confess I haven't been able to hear the show while I've been in Japan. Sort of been busy with social things, you know how it is. But yeah, and I think everybody knows that Was Radio does, that's Warren Barnett from Highland FM, and he's been doing his radio show for quite a number of years, and it's a real treat to listen to it. Some real rarities. Plays a lot of the older classics, but really unusual. Like he'll play alternative versions and rare versions of tracks that may be familiar to you, but he may play the extended 12-inch sort of single version, all sorts of things like that. So it's a real treat real music lover's treat. Yeah, so gas heater and coffee time. Well, I'm adult beverage time. So I'm drinking Orion, which is the beer made here in Okinawa. And it's the Orion 75. It's in the orange can. Orange being I've sort of adopted it as 4K Aircraft Live's colour of choice. Yeah, wonder what he's holding for. Maybe there's a military coming in. Quite often you see these guys, they just hold up like that. Panda-chan, konbanwa, konbanwa. Arigato, arigato, gozaimasu. こちらこそ. Yeah. よろしくお願いします、パンダさん. Yeah, not quite sure. Maybe there's a bit of jockeying for position for the gates going on down there. I see Skymark sort of pushed in ahead of Japan Transocean. Yeah, I maybe Skymark will use a different gate. Skymark will use the LCC gates, and Japan Transocean will use the gel gates, and so there may not be a space. We can see that that Anna has moved out, so there's got to be a space down there for Skymark, you would think. So yeah, that's about 3.5 kilometres away down the end there. So the camera's doing a great job of picking that up. In fact, I can probably even pull you back a little bit so that you can get an idea of what's going on. So the way in which the terminal is arranged, GEL have got one wing, ANA have got another wing, then there's sort of LCC and smaller commuter aircraft, and they may be serviced by buses and steers. And then you've got international, and of course they've got air bridges. So yeah, that's a little bit further down. If I have some time, I may actually go and oh look, thank you so much, Sam. That's so brilliant. Thank you so much, Sam. If I do have time, I will go and I will take you on a tour of the terminal building. It might just be from my cell phone or something, and I'll just try and give you a bit of a tour of the terminal building down there at Naha, Okinawa. I actually have to go and meet a friend who's coming in from Australia, of all places. Yeah, so hopefully we get to go and do that tour for you. Oh, look at that. That's really kicking up some spray, that is. That's, yeah. Splishy splashy. As a former workmate used to call it. Lovely. off with the long lens before we run into structural integrity column. And as I've said on a number of occasions, that is structural integrity column is keeping me up here on the 12th floor of this hotel. We thank it for its service. And here's our next departure. Is that right, mate? Is that right? Is that Super Stallion coming in? That will be fantastic if it is. It's landed. Okay. Yeah, we got to see that Super Stallion on this morning's show. We got to see a few helicopters actually on this morning's show, and we got to see a C-17 when I think we got to see about 3 C-17s on this morning's show. It's really quite good from that perspective. We didn't see any fighters going out, which is really unusual. So yeah, doesn't mean they didn't go out. It just means that we didn't get to see them. But we got an awful lot of fighters yesterday. An awful lot of fighters yesterday. Squadrons and squadrons of them. So, as I was saying, yeah, it was raining and you could not see much of anything. And I sent a cheeky photo of it to Mike and said, hey, look, we've got about the same visibility that you had with your fog stream there on Tuesday. The only difference is about 25 degrees warmer. And he was laughing there. Very amused by it. But, he had a great stream on Tuesday. So many go-arounds at Christchurch. We live for a go-around at Christchurch, but not to that extent. My goodness, they really went to town on Tuesday. What's that? That's coming. That's coming in an unusual position. Let me just check out what's going on. Okay, so that's likely to be a military because it's not on flight radar. I don't know if it's being towed. I did see a fighter while I was over on Senegal. Okay, it's a patrol aircraft. There we go. So maritime patrol aircraft. A little bit like the P3 Orions that New Zealand has replaced with the Poseidons, the P8s. So let me see if I can just chase him out of it. Yeah, so we had a interesting day over on Senegajima. As I said, we were over there in a cafe, and the heavens opened, and it was pouring down. The staff were running around closing all the shutters and everything, trying to keep us safe. And of course I saw it coming a little bit, and decided that I was going to move away from the outer tables to the core, the inner core of the establishment, and I'm pretty happy that we did that, because it let the staff take care of the shutters and what have you. You missed out on 3 C-17s. Yes, you did. And helicopters. Not so many fighters today. In fact, I don't think we saw any fighters at all today. That sort of patrol aircraft going out may indicate that we might see some fighter activity. Those guys, they usually go out for a couple of hour sortie at a time. So go out and sort of do whatever they do, go as far as they need to. They don't seem to have aerial refueling lined up. I can remember a wee while ago when I was here, just sort of taking a casual interest, not as a streamer, in their activities, and I could see that there was an American tanker involved, but there may have been American fighters based, sort of based here in Naha. Really nice. Okay, we've got another big commercial. Chiho-chan, konnichiwa, konbanwa desu ne. Chou 天気悪いでしたので、今よかった雨降らないの、晴れてきた。So it was horrible. We couldn't see, we could see across the road, and we could sort of vaguely make out the tower, just. But honestly, if I'd started at the same time as I started yesterday's stream, 5 o'clock, we wouldn't have seen much for a wee while. So we would have been a little bit like Mike's stream, NZ1 Aviation stream on Tuesday there. Look at that. Oh, yes. And we've got some more. Looks like an old 767 to me. Oops. There we go. Wow. What made you climb up like that, mate? Crikey. And behind the structural integrity pole. Dash 8, you reckon? I can see an incoming, which we'll eventually get around to, but yeah. Here's a Dash 8 Q400. So I've got an adult beverage in hand, Orion 75 in the orange can, as I said. Adult beverage. Consumed. That's great. And as I was saying, orange is sort of the adopted colour of, we've sort of fallen into it a bit. I wanted something bright, a bright colour that would make me really stand out here in Japan. And it has, to the extent that we've met a few people. Even the other day, the guy at the car rental place sort of said, "Oh, what's the QR code for?" And I sort of said, "Well, you know, I'm a YouTuber." Yeah, Mrs. Seki told me that I was a YouTuber when I reached 1,000 subscribers. Now we're knocking on the door of 10,000. Well, we're not at 9.5 yet, but you know, eventually it's going to come. They're not subscribers that are going to come and view live shows. They're subscribers that have only watched 1 or 2 videos or something, and yeah, so much for that. And we missed the touchdown. Okay, so let's go across and see what it was. Across there. It's Japan Transoceaniair, which is basically gel, but with a different sort of asset pool. Let's see how we're going. ANA 1213 gel onto 1. Okay. China Eastern, yeah. Okay, well, China Eastern being international, it'll be interesting to get that one. Let's get down there. So you can see the top of the hangar roof. They have these sort of old school roofs, sort of a arch over the top, and yeah, so you can see a few of the lights sort of poking through now. Let's see if we can catch that up. Go. And then I want you to go to live, tap on that, there we go. We're all caught up now. Oops, oops. And there we are. China Eastern out the door. Great stuff. Maybe concentrate on getting these departures rather than trying to focus on those incoming flights. Carwyn Davies. Good to see you, Carwyn. Yes, Carwyn took a photo the other day I'm not talking about today, Carwin. The one you took the other day with the fog. That's a spectacular photo, mate. That was really, really good. Um, yeah, the fog clearing Emirates. So up until that point, Mike, NZ1 Aviation's stream had been fog bound. Then Emirates came along and the Super just cleared the fog pretty much. Right after that, it was all, people were all guns blazing. So we've got this takeoff, we've got a landing over on the far runway, but I'm just going to concentrate on this takeoff. Get some spectacular spray action there, a few puddles. Rickety rockety. Up and out of there. In behind the column. There we go. So let me show you what came in, what we missed coming in. It's a 359. Beautiful aircraft. There you go. Feast your eyes on Japan Airlines 359. Yeah, 9:30 in New Zealand. Yeah, I like hearing the engine noise too, Carwin. We're lucky enough that we're high enough here. We're on the 12th floor, which is as tall as this hotel is. And the road noise below us is definitely a lot lower up here. We hear it, but it's nowhere near as bad as it would be at ground level, or perhaps even a lower floor. So yeah, if you're coming to Naha and you want to book a room for plane spotting, take the 12th floor suites. They're really, really nice, and you get a great view. In comparison to Sydney and Melbourne and even some of New Zealand hotel prices, I would say it's a bargain. Seti is coming out and joined us on the balcony. Looking out to see what's going on. And I'll go back and concentrate on that 359. I can see another aircraft inbound. Vietjet's next to depart. Great. Let me see what's... So we've got Anna coming in, and I wonder if I can get him before we get the departure. Yeah, I think I'll give it a go. So here we go. So here's Anna from Fukuoka. There's 12:13. I think you were mentioning it earlier. Here we go. 12:13. Splishy splashy. Is there still any water left out there? Not so much. Those first few arrivals that we got out there were definitely kicking up quite a bit more spray with the reverses going. So, yeah, what have we got there? Vietjet, Okinawa to Taipei. Yeah, that's a really curious one. Okinawa to Taipei. They must be using that as a fifth freedom route, allowing them to operate outside of Vietnam via another country. So the same way that Emirates do the Christchurch extension, it's actually Dubai to Christchurch. It just happens to go via Sydney. Fifth Freedom. If you Google it, you'll find out all sorts of good things. If I had my home PC, I would be able to type in a bit of a quote and bring you up all of the relevant information, but I can't do that here because I don't have that PC with me. So there you go. So Vietjet, okay, so it looks like Vietjet is starting to make a move. You can see the next arrival, and he's Evair, coming at 186, coming in from Taipei. Let me get around and see if I can get Japan Airlines. There you go. 359. It's always a joy to see those beautiful airliners. Second best airliner, only to its older brother, or bigger brother, the 1000, in my humble opinion. If I had the choice between flying on one of those or flying on a Boeing, I would definitely choose one of those. There's Vietjet. So there's a segue. Japan Airlines leading us to Vietjet. Now Vietjet. Quite a colourful livery, isn't it? And yeah, if I can, I will pick up. I will pick up the incoming EVA immediately after we get this Vietjet out of the way. We'll go back for EVA. Don't have this problem in Christchurch, single one way. Lovely. And go down, and there we go, EVA. Oops. Struggling. Seki intervening with Seki focus. There we go, Seki focus. Didn't quite save the day, but there's EVA for you. Conditions getting a little bit more challenging light-wise for this camera. Looks like we might have some rain on the way. Definitely closing in. We're pretty okay out here on this balcony, as long as we don't get a lot of wind. And let me tell you, when we were over on Senegajima and the wind picked up, it was definitely a bit of a battle for those guys to close the shutters on the cafe that we were in, and we just waited it out in the cafe, had another spot of lunch. Right. Over here. And I look down the field. I can see an incoming, and I can see incoming rain. If you watch the stream that Mike did a few months ago now, we could just see the rain marching down the airfield there at Christchurch, and we ended up made a bit of an alcove with the doors at the Aero Club, and yeah, we were able to stay out of the rain, protect Mike's equipment as much as possible. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. Not that we want to repeat it too much, but here we've got a reasonably good overhang. Being on the top floor, we've actually got a little bit more of an overhang than the lower floors. Of course, we've got the roof immediately above us. What am I seeing over there? I've got something landing. And can I focus it? Can I focus it? Go around. That is a pink or a sakura coloured whale shark livery. There you go. If you haven't seen one before, that is a beautiful livery. Japan Transoceaniair. If I could just focus it for you. It'd be better when it comes a bit closer. But, whale shark livery. I can play you a clip a little bit later, perhaps, if the show goes a little bit awry with the weather. I've got a bunch of clips that I took earlier, and some from yesterday and the day before. So there you go, Japan Transoceaniair, the pink whale shark, or sakura whale shark. And, yeah, very, very lovely. Saw that in Fukuoka, and we've seen it here a couple of times. It does have a blue one. There is a blue livery version of the same class of aircraft, and they're both quite attractive. So next is Royal Nippon Airways 1780 in from Ishigaki, where we were a wee while ago, earlier this week. On Tuesday we came here to Naha, Okinawa Honto, as it's called. Okinawa Honto sort of means Okinawa proper, or the mainland. Even though the people of Ishigaki and even Miyako-jima like to think of themselves as the Yaeyama Islands rather than part of Okinawa, but yeah, they're inherently part of the Ryukyu Kingdom, and we went to see how the restoration of the Shuri Castle, which used to be the seat of Ryukyu kings in the past, and yeah, it's coming on. I thought they would have made a little bit more progress from last year. Last year we were able to go and see the roof structures being finalised, finished off. And this year we can't see any of that work, so yeah, a little bit disappointing. But we were talking to one of the patrol guys who we've met a couple of times now. We sort of meet him every year and we sort of say, oh hi, yeah, remember us, we're from New Zealand, and yeah, remember us. Of course he probably sees, 1,000, 2,000 people a day. Yeah, so we'll get around to get Eva, and then we'll get that armour in from Ishigaki for you. Here we go. So that's a Boeing Dreamliner 789 being used on domestic run between a couple of islands here in Japan. Fairly spectacular amount of spray, isn't it? Oh, that is quite a bit of spray. Ooh, nice one. Yeah, alrighty. Let me get back to the chat. Bring the chat up. See what's going on. Click on that. A 777-200 military coming here. Are you sure? You sure it's not going to Kadena? Kadena is sort of, I'm gonna say about 40 kilometres south-ish of here. Yeah. Yeah, if we do see any of those fancy military types, then yeah, we would definitely try and take a clip of it, and we'll be uploading them. So yeah, we can see that. Go around and give us some more look at the Sakura Junbei. Hands from the south. Alrighty. Yeah, so that's Sakura down there. I wonder if there's any automatic exposure level. Does that brighten the picture up? I think it might have done some good. I pushed a button on my camera that I have not touched. Yeah, got the camera, got it out of the box, threw it on the tripod and pressed go, pretty much. And it's been okay, apart from the focus issues that I think our mate Kevin has had. Same sort of problems. He's got pretty much the same camera. Here's Peach. Stay focused, there we go. We won't see quite as much spray action from the little Peach as we did from the mighty Dreamliner, but there you go. Oh, it's not bad. Not a bad effort on the old spray front. Yeah, not bad at all. Maybe spoke a bit too soon. I think I can see a 777-300 down here. Looks like there's Junday and there's a 777-300. Biggest aircraft that we see here in Okinawa. Civilian, of course, we've seen with Kadena there, they obviously get Galaxies in, C5 Galaxies, which are about the same size as a 747 or maybe a 380. They have the high wing aspect to their design, same as the C-17, except they've got a much longer fuselage and larger turbofans. I think they re-engined them and renamed them the Super Galaxies. Great to see Super Galaxy in Christchurch, wouldn't it? Just be spectacular. So that's 777-300, and next Charles reply an A350-900. Oh, nice. Nice. So we're going to get some C-17s in Christchurch. That'll be awesome. So good. Catch up with flight radar and see what's coming in. Ooh. No call sign. Okay, so this may be your military, because he's coming in on this runway. The can I get you to focus? Go that way, go this way, go that way. Come on. There you go. Get ready for a screenshot. Look at that livery. That is beautiful. I'm just going to stick with the Kingdom of the Netherlands. It's really, really interesting. It may be military, but it definitely looks like it's down on the way down to perhaps a civilian bay of some sort. Kakui, yes. Kakui desu ne. So not aircraft, but it's one of the nicest liveries I've seen in a while. Just a nice florid livery on a fairly basic colour scheme, but you know, it's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording that and move over to this aircraft. About to take off. Transocean Air by the looks of things. Behind the structural integrity column, there we go. So a number of times we've said structural integrity column. Yeah. Zip that by a bit. And yeah, we might be able to get that coming. Focus, focus, focus. Let's try a manual focus on it. Nope. I'm failing miserably at it's a Hong Kong Express is what it is. And it's got a nice livery. It's not got a standard Hong Kong Express livery on it. So you can mark that one down in your books. Bingo cards, or the Fleet Log app from our mates at Airliners Live. Airliners Live, the largest streaming airplane streaming channel on the internet by a long way. They have 1.5 million subscribers and still growing. And yeah, they have this app called Fleet Log, which they've been working on for a while. It's not quite as polished as I would really like it to be, in that yeah, I would just like a button where I can report that I've seen a livery that's not in their list, and then put the relevant credentials in, and then they can check it out to their heart's content. You know, but what they've got is they've got a situation where you can just report it, which means you open your mail app and then you send it off to them using your mail address and all the rest of it. So yeah, not quite as sort of polished as perhaps I'd prefer it to be, but yeah. And they sort of made the app for their own market, which is mostly the UK and Europe. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Peach in the house. And there's your 2 for shot. Beach and Hong Kong Express. Come back here. Come back in there. Why can't you focus? It's just all the way around there. That's all you've got to do. Just manually focus it. Of course, one day with a night setup, of course we're going to have to be manually focusing stuff all the time. Same way that Kurt from Sid Squad does. Okay. Transition here, sorry. So, how are we doing? There's another one, the next one. Next blob of pixels that are going to turn, it's going to turn into an aircraft at some point. Skymark Pokemon livery in 35 minutes. Terrific. That Skymark livery they inherited from Anna. When Anna sort of took them over, they took the Pokemon livery off of the 747, which was retired, and then moved it over to the 737 aircraft, which now sports it. And different company, of course. Well, Anna's the parent company, let's say. Skymark's in the Anna group. There we go. Why couldn't you do that, Panasonic? I'm going to have to manually focus everything now. I'm throwing a bit of wobbly. There we go. How hard was that? Seki focus. Terrific. Another peach in the house. So we've got a basket of peaches now. What have we got coming in? Got banana. 1730 in from Miyakojima in not too distant future. So what I will do is I'll show you the guys setting up to play foosball or football or whatever it is on the roof of the stage, on the roof of this. Here we go. Football guys. There you go. Foosball guys. They're going to feature a little bit later on when the light sort of gets too much. We will focus on those guys. That will be sort of our semi-static type shot. And then I'll play a bunch of clips and see how you like them. So that's the pitch that they've got. It's got netting all the way round. It's on the roof, so you don't have to go down and get your ball. Can we have our ball back, mister? Sorry about your car. Sorry about your truck, mate. Yeah, so it's enclosed at netting, and that's enough of foosball. So yeah, we'll go back to them later. In the meantime, let me get my cable management sorted out. Have I missed a touchdown? I have to. That was that's the one in from the Okinawa. So yeah, sorry. Concentrating on the football. I perhaps should have been concentrating on other things. Never mind. Won't be the first mess up that we make. It certainly won't be the last. So there you go. In from Okinawa. Just going to get something to stand on. A little bit underfoot, a little bit damp, so I'm going to get a towel and a bath mat and place it down there. I'll be back with you in just a tick. Right, let's sort out the underfoot problem. I have my next adult beverage turning up. Oh, it's a blue one. Here we go. See if I can't focus this for you. There we go. Spectacular stuff. And clouds of spray as she takes off. Can you hear the noise momentarily? Structural integrity space. There we go. What have we got way out there? We've got Jetstar from Narita. Way out in the distance. Let's see what we can find for you. It's like Japan Transoceanier or someone. If I bring up my flight radar, I can probably tell you that. It is Japan Transoceanier 65, Okinawa to Ine. So here we go. Ine's fairly popular. A little bit of action. You can see the strobe there for the approach that really only that special has used. So you see the strobe, how it pulses down the extension which goes out into the ocean there. I'll just concentrate on it for a moment. Yeah, so yeah, very, very attractive. Yep, here's your centre line. And if you want to use this at the disco later, yeah, bust a move. Clouds of, and this is going to be good when it takes off. Right, stay right focused in on the sky. Quite as spectacular as I was expecting. But there you go. So, not a bad arrival at Jetstar again. So yeah, we're just starting to suffer a little bit. And it's actually kind of clearing up a bit. So we might actually get a little bit more light, which will be useful. I'll close flight radar and go back to the chat, see what you're up to. Hi Mike, great to see you. The weather isn't that bad. I mean, it was pretty average earlier, but yeah, it hasn't been too bad at all. Xiamen Air and Air China arriving in the next 10 minutes. Thanks, Flaming Glar. And Mike's yeah, and yeah, good to see you both here in the chat. Not another microphone. What is not another microphone, mate? No idea what that means. Yeah. I'm pretty good on interpreting stuff. Having once upon a time being an administrator, chat administrator for a large international broadcast organisation, and started off being a chat moderator, and moved into being a chat operator, which is sort of a promotion. And then eventually a chat administrator, basically in charge of the whole server. So if you're wondering why I don't moderate other people's channels, that's why, because I used to do it professionally, and I've had my fill of it. But yeah. That sort of enabled me to sort of make make some pretty educated guesses as to what people mean, and we heard another person right. Okay. News to me, mate. News to me. Let's see. I only have I have two microphones, but I only have a I only have one headset. They drove past. As I was alluding to earlier, Japan election season's upon us, and they certainly let you know it. It's not like New Zealand and or Australia. They don't drive around in minivans with their campaign colours. These are individual candidates, by the way, not the parties that are doing this. They drove around in these minivans, decked out in the party colours, with loudspeakers on top, and they sort of present their position to all and sundry, whether you like it or not. And in a tourist sort of a place like Okinawa, where the tourists sort of are amused by it perhaps, but fortunately it doesn't happen too often. What have we got? What have we got here? Skymark. So let's see what we've got in terms of I was hoping for a little bit more light to help us with the camera focus. I wonder if I press that button again. Actually, the audio is on. And automatic explosion. Great. Now all I have to do is figure out how to plus and minus it. If you have a look around, you can certainly see the light starting to take effect there. Jetstar, still waiting for a gate. I'm going to have a bit of a sup on that adult beverage that I was delivered a moment ago. China Airlines A330, you reckon? Flaming Galah. Awesome. I think we might be able to get you. So if we put back a bit and go around far enough, we'll be able to find you. There we go. Now it's a matter of being able to focus it, and of course we have to get in there with Seki focus. And there we are. So one of these days we're going to have a night camera, and we're going to have to do these manual focuses, so I think that's good. We're having to there's China Airlines A330. She lost it at the critical moment, really. Nice amount of spray. Isn't it good? It's good to see an airliner in with a lot of thrust reversing going on there. China Airlines. Might just move that down a little bit, bring it into the middle of the and it might be able to focus a little bit better. Of course, when it comes round, we'll just get blinded by those lights, I think. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Oops. It might have been Hong Kong, you know. I'll go and check out flight radar and see where it was. There's Peach in the background. And come on. Air Peach from Nagoya to Okinawa. Now, Nagoya's fairly interesting city. It's about halfway between Osaka and Tokyo, and they have Fuji Dream Airlines there. They're based there. They have beautiful livery, and if you look on the channel at some stage, you'll see the pilots actually waving to us at Fukuoka when we were there not that long ago, and yeah, they go out of their way to be friendly to streamers and photographers, and yeah, it's just really nice that they'll take a moment to just give a wave, of course, perfectly safely, not asking them to take their hands off the controls or anything like that, but when they're able, yeah, it's nice to get a wave from the cockpit. I think every streamer gets a bit of a buzz when they see a cockpit wave. Look at that. Get the line up. get the Nagoya. Yeah, as I was saying, Nagoya about halfway between Tokyo and Osaka, and they're home to Fuji Dream Airlines. They're also the first of the alternate airports for A380s to divert to in the case of crosswinds at Narita. And yeah, crosswinds at Narita can cause go-arounds and some pretty spectacular landings at times. A lot of the old crabbing goes on at Narita because they don't have a crosswind runway. Unlike Haneda, which has got 4 runways, and often all 4 of them are in action at any one time. Very, very busy airfield, Haneda. But Narita is sort of only got a couple of parallel runways. And only one of them can be used by the A380. The other one just isn't quite long enough. So yeah. And when we see Air New Zealand come in, they usually come in on the alternative runway, the B runway. And when they do that, we often miss them because most of the streamers, the Japanese streamers, tend to focus on A, of course, because that's where you get all the fancy stuff, like the Flying Honus, which are the A380 Supers, which fly out of Narita and they go across to Honolulu. A pair of them every single day. So 2 out and 2 come back in, and they've got 3 and they sort of rotate them into service, make sure they keep them well and truly in service, and keep them very well maintained. They've got facilities at Narita for doing some maintenance, but every time it has to go away for a heavy check, those supers, they go off to somewhere in China. I'm not exactly sure where, but they go off to China and they get the heavy check done in China. What have we got coming in? We've got a 788 coming in. All the way around. Could you make any more noise, mate? Could you make some more noise, please? We didn't quite hear that. There we go. Manually focusing for you this aircraft. 788. Of course, ANA were the first, the launch customer for the 787. They got their first Dreamliner, which is a 788, quite a long time ago now. Yeah, so ANA were the launch customer for the 788. And Air New Zealand was supposed to be the launch customer, the first customer for the 789. Technically they are the first customer for the 789, but ANA actually got theirs into the air in their livery before them, so they stole a bit of a march on Air New Zealand in both those respects. If you didn't know, ANA is my favourite airline. I like it more than I like Air New Zealand. I like it more than I like Emirates. I have an affection for both of them, Emirates and Air New Zealand, but ANA just, the service levels on ANA are really, really top notch, as you expect from Japanese companies. But ANA is just the tops for me. Let me go and catch you in the chat, see what's going on. Close that, click on that. Flaming Galan, you're going flat out there, shutting away. I know that there are people watching. Do remember to like, and if you haven't subscribed, so you only need to subscribe for a very short period of time to be able to chat in this particular stream. Getting pretty dark. See if we can't get you to focus. There we go. No focus. Of course, this time yesterday we would have had plenty of light to pick these aircraft out, but not so much today. Smash that like button indeed. Aircraft is going a long way down. Focus. Right way. Zoom in. It's getting a little bit beyond the camera now. I wish I had a night camera right about now. So there's the next one. A lot of pixels. See if we can't make it focus. Come on. Go all the way around there. You might be able to pick out an aircraft shape. And we're getting a little spot of drizzle here. I wonder if we got in a balcony light we could turn on, whether that's going to help us or not. too sure. Here we go. And we're going to have to focus there. First of all, we're going to have to find you again. That's not bad. We're going to have to focus you. That's not bad. That's enough view. And we've got a little bit of rain coming through. What I will do is I will show you the foosball guys, which we showed you earlier. It gives you something to look at. And what I might do is take my shirt down and go inside and I will just pop inside and yeah, I'll join you. We'll leave it on that static shot there for a moment, and yeah, we'll be with you shortly.
本維新の会要する改革を進めてまいります。日本維新だからできるんです。そのためには皆様のお力がどうしても必要でございます。皆様に助かれた以上、尊き西尾には
sort of getting on for 8 o'clock, quite dark. We can make out somebody taking off. Looks like Anna to me. And the camera is just not a right camera at all. And we're probably going to have to get it the right camera in the future if we're ever going to come back here. I'll just give you a look at Senegal instead. Zoom back and pull back a bit. So there you go. The storyline hotel over there. I'm gonna say this is probably a better location for streaming from than Storylight. I might go over there at some stage and say, look, can I have a look upstairs and see whether or not it's worth actually staying here in the future. And see what they say. They're usually fairly accommodating. What remains, I've played you a few clips. I've got some more clips which we took on this stream. The clips I played were from yesterday and a couple of them from the day before. Let's see if we can get maintain on this. It's not quite able to handle it, is it? It's doing okay. Fairly well, until I didn't. Chiho-chan, arigato. Thank you very much for coming. It's not going to be the last stream. I'm going to attempt some streams from Senegajima. Might, if I'm extremely lucky, get access to Kadena. And boy, would that be something to see what the Americans have got. I understand that they've got an open day, usually once a month. I hope I haven't missed it. Yeah, I should probably get in, try and find out what the story is as far as getting access to Kadena. I understand you can sort of go fairly close to Kadena on public land, and you can actually sort of see what's going on. I will have to have a bit of a drive around and see about whereabouts those places are. But yeah, so yeah, it's not going to be the last stream from Okinawa. I just hope that the little routers that I've got, I got one from CD Japan, and I'm not too proud to say it's not all that good. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with how well it performed. I've seen a Rakuten router, which looks like the Go. I hear that that Rakuten is really well thought of in Japan for mobile. The router is only about, I'm going to say about 130 bucks New Zealand, which is pretty cheap really. But then you have to get a plan, and obviously not having a Japanese address and so on, I can't really go signing up for Rakuten. I'm going to see whether or not there's a way of getting them on some sort of prepaid plan. But of course we want it unlimited. We don't want to sort of be going halfway through a stream and finding that things are just conking out on us. So yeah, that would be very, very good. I'd like to thank everybody who has liked and subscribed or liked the stream. We've had some donations from Samantha. We've had some re-ups from the likes of Carlin Davies. We've had Tally Two Sheep popped a head in, and we've had a few people sort of pop by, people that we know and think the world of, and we thank them for coming and sharing their valuable time with us. If you're a bit shy about contributing to the chat, the simplest thing you can do to support us is just hit the like button. Simple as that. We've got plenty of subscribers. What we want to do is we want to turn them into viewers. As many people that we can get turned into viewers, the better. Then the live shows will grow, and that will become more self-sustaining. Like to get the channel to the point where it can be self-sustaining. At the moment, we've got a few contributors, and of course I'm making the largest contribution. All the equipment and the connections and all the travel and all the rest of it. But I welcome any contribution that you make. Anybody who's made a contribution, super chat. Probably the best thing to do is handing out memberships, gifting memberships on the show. That's probably the absolute best thing you can do. It encourages those subscribers to remain as members, and that involves a financial contribution to the show. When I was setting up the memberships, and we've only been set up for just on a month as far as memberships is concerned. When I was setting up memberships, YouTube somehow forced me to actually have two levels. So I made the airside as low as I could, and then there's another one. I was forced to have another level. I don't know how the likes of OPN have managed to get away with only having one level, but I couldn't figure out a way of getting it down to one level. So I set the second level at a ridiculous amount of money. If some sugar daddy type person with boatloads of cash wants to fund the channel and become a co-pilot, super happy to have you on board. But the contribution is a tasty sort of $500 a month or something like that. A ridiculous amount of money. I don't imagine anybody is ever going to go that high. So yeah, having thanked all the moderators, thanks to Flaming Galar for your company again, mate. Wonderful to have you again. I'm not sure about doing a cheeky morning show. I'm really tempted, let's see what the weather is like in the morning. And I'll just leave you at that wee shot there. I might see what the weather's doing in the morning. I might post it as a possibility, and I'll say something like weather dependent. Don't necessarily count on it, but I mean we might get loads and loads of fighters appearing tomorrow. You never know, but of course I've got to check out from this hotel. Check out time's 11 local, and I can probably pack the gear away fairly quickly. Takes about 20 minutes to do it neatly, but of course I don't have to be all that neat because I'm not going that far. I've got a vehicle downstairs which I can see from up here. Oh, it's a long way down. It's a long way down. I'd like to wish everybody, cheers mate. I'd like to wish everybody all the best, and we'll hopefully see you on future streams. Check out the rest of the channel content. If you can afford it, do consider becoming a member. That's going to really help us out, and it provides a little bit of a fillip for me. I sort of, done it on a bit of a whim, really, and try and do my best to really get the channel to work. I used a few marketing skills that I've picked up from my work colleagues. I work in marketing, and this is my vacation from that. So we hope to see you again in the future. Until then, good night from the live part. I'll do a bit of a staticky thing and try and play some clips. So this basket, the foosball court will probably disappear in not too distant future, so we'll focus on that for the time being, and I'll pop inside and I'll disconnect that, and so you'll see it pop off, and then I will try and get my machine to ingest the clips that we've taken from today, and I might make a bit of a play for you, but that's the last you'll hear from me as far as a vocal on the stream, and I'll be with you in the chat shortly.
I boarded the plane, my heart took flight, dreaming of islands bathed in light. The ocean sparkles a sapphire hue. Okinawa, I'm coming to you. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. The sand is warm, the breeze so sweet, a dance of waves beneath my feet. Palm trees sway in a gentle cheer. Okinawa's magic draws me near. Oh, the stars, they shimmer like jewels at night, a canvas of dreams in the velvet twilight. I'll twirl neath the heavens, feel so alive. In Okinawa's glow, my spirit will thrive. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. Oh, the stars, they shimmer like jewels at night, a canvas of dreams in the velvet twilight. I'll twirl neath the heavens, feel so alive. In Okinawa's glow, my spirit will thrive. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. I boarded the plane, my heart took flight, dreaming of islands bathed in light. The ocean sparkles a sapphire hue. Okinawa, I'm coming to you. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. The sand is warm, the breeze so sweet, a dance of waves beneath my feet. Palm trees sway in a gentle cheer. Okinawa's magic draws me near. Oh, the stars, they shimmer like jewels at night, a canvas of dreams in the velvet twilight. I'll twirl neath the heavens, feel so alive. In Okinawa's glow, my spirit will thrive. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. Oh, the stars, they shimmer like jewels at night, a canvas of dreams in the velvet twilight. I'll twirl neath the heavens, feel so alive. In Okinawa's glow, my spirit will thrive. High side Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky so wide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. In your crystal waters my soul will glide. I boarded the plane, my heart took flight, dreaming of islands bathed in light. The ocean sparkles a sapphire hue. Okinawa, I'm coming to you. Hi, sigh, Okinawa, you're calling my name. A paradise of beauty, never the same. Your beaches whisper, your sky